Hi, it's Autumn, the crafting enthusiast, and right now I'm going to film a stitch and chat. This is from New Craft Day. They sent this as a PR pack at no charge to me so that I can show you. They did give me a discount code, which is enthusiast10. I will put that in the link below. So one mistake I have made is this is an 11 count, and I don't know if I said that at the beginning of the video when I unboxed it. It's 11 count, so it takes 3 strands, which I made a mistake and I'm stitching with 2. So when the ink gets rinsed out and we rinse this off, the white might show through in this little tiny bit that I've done. But I don't think it'll really matter if I get everything stitched around it, and I don't think you'll notice. So, seeing as it's only a few stitches. In some of my previous recordings of this stitching, I feel like I made some recording errors. Some of it was kind of blurry, some of it was kind of muffled, and I really feel like I want it to be clearly spoken, show you how I do things. I can finish up this strand and yeah, give some tips and tricks I've learned on the way. So what I'm doing right now is this square right here. I think if I zoom in just a hair, you might be able to see it a little bit clearer, but it's kind of a square right here. It's kind of an orange square, and I can't remember. I'm looking to see what number that was, because I can't remember, and I don't like sounding confused, but it looks like it is this, number 34. Okay, so after I'm done stitching with this strand, I'm gonna do it right, put 3 strands on. Since it's 11 count, it does need 3 strands. And I'm just gonna kind of, do this again. And I'm hoping that I don't struggle with this. So I'm gonna go get some stitches in here. And like I said, I've only got 2 strands on, and maybe if it was 14 count, it would be 2 strands, but apparently this is 11 count, and when I first started stitching, I didn't realize it. But, we all make mistakes, so I'm just going to do my best to fix it. So, yeah, this has been a really nice, I really like cross-stitching. This has been really nice. Which way do I want to go? I'm going to go down here in this corner right here. Okay. Kind of wish my camera was at a different angle. I think I might move it because I don't want my hand in the way. I'm going to change the angle of my camera real quick. Since I stitch with my left hand, I'm sorry. I'm taking you for a ride, so be patient with me. Okay, let's see if that works better, because I am a two-handed stitcher, so since I use my left hand, it will make it easier for you to see. Personally, when I watch cross-stitching, up-close cross-stitching videos, I love it when the camera is, at the right angle where you can actually see the stitching. So, yeah, I'm gonna come up right here. There. So, in some of my previous recordings, I don't know if I like them because I feel like my voice was muffled really bad. Like I was talking really quiet and my voice was muffled, and I don't like that. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I would just do this and show you how wonderful this product is. Stamped cross stitch has been quite the blessing for me. it's a lot easier. Oh, this is the perfect opportunity to fix my previous recording. See, before I was a little bit too, it was blurry, and I don't want it to be blurry because I want to actually show you. On these needles, there is a side that is more open. They are different. So this side would not be the side you would thread the needle on. You would thread the needle on this side because it's got a wider opening. And this is how I do it without a needle threader. So that side that is more open, they are different. That side right there, that's the side I'm going to thread it on because it's going to feed right through, just like that. And once you do it a few times, it really does get easier. That was the first thing I wanted to fix, was seeing how I thread the needle without a needle threader. And yeah, so it seems like there was other things that I really wanted to talk about, and one of them was making sure your top leg does not get elongated. And everybody has a different way of stitching. I just know that if you stitch, your bottom leg all go the same direction, okay? Your top leg all go the same direction so that they're not looking, kind of makes it look messy if you don't have them going in the same direction. Then it looks more, looks more professional. And also, it's kind of the rule, I guess. If there is one rule in stitching, it would be that your bottom leg always goes the same direction and your top leg always goes the same direction. So yeah, I'm trying not to elongate that top stitch so they all match. But I kind of wish I'd have paid attention to that it's 11 count. It is 11 count. So it should need 3 strands. So I'm just gonna finish this up and then I'll get 3 strands, and yeah, I'll finish this thread up. I'm gonna do the full stitch. I'm not just gonna do the bottom leg and then the top leg. I don't know if that makes sense, but it really is. I mean, even if it's a stiff canvas, the more you work with it, because it's going to take a while to do this. It's a pretty big canvas. The more you work with it, the softer it gets. So I'm going to finish up right here. I'm going to do a pen stitch. So that means that you break those threads right there in the middle between the stitch. I don't know if you can see that, but you kind of want to hide it, so it will get hidden once you pull it. Yes, I will get it at some point. Okay, so there, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to go underneath the stitch and push it down in the middle like that, and you're not going to see it. It's going to disappear. And then I'm going to do a second one right here and put it right back down in the middle. So there. Okay, that stitch is secured and I can cut that off. And I do have a magnet right there. And I have these cute little scissors from Fat Quarter Shop. I do like these scissors for stitching. They're small, they have pointy ends. So okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out, I think I'm going to do this lavender right here. And that lavender on the schematic, if I look on the schematic, it says that lavender is 30. Let's see. I want to make sure it's, yeah. Yeah, it's number 30. So then we come over here to our cards. And I find it's not on that card. It is on this card. So number 30 is this beautiful green color. It's really pretty. Oh, I love that. I love it, love it. Okay. So, I mean, in theory, you can just pull the thread right off of this card. You wouldn't even have to remove it. But if I just, so I'll show you with one. I'll show you with one. If I just grab any thread, it doesn't matter, from these loops, I'll get one eventually. See that thread right there? Just pull. Then you got a thread. Okay, there's one. I need 3. Now here's the other way you can do it. You can just pull this out, and here you've got 5 strands left, because I believe they are 6 strand. So I'm going to tap the end. Oh, my camera is not there. I'm just going to tap the end like this and break them up. Okay, so all you got to do, you don't have to pull them off like this and then make, you don't have to do that. All you do is pinch it right here at the end, grab your thread and pull. That's it. That's it. You don't have to do anything more. You don't pull 3 at a time, you only pull 1. And then you straighten your strand back out. Now there are 4 strands on this. So I'm going to take one more out. Just going to grab it like that. And I'm pinching it right here at the end. Just going to grab it and pull. See it come up? Okay, you don't have to worry. It's not going to knot up. It's not gonna. That's the way you're supposed to do it. I mean, it's kind of like, it just works. Now there are 3 strands left here. So that'll be, I'll separate them when I come to them. But I'll put them right back on the floss card the way they were. And then I will put these 3 strands together and start. I'll show you how I do. I do kind of like a long tail method because, yeah, I'm going to grab this other one here. Make sure the ends match up. So I got one here. Gotta find the other end. One here. Okay. And one more. Just make sure the ends match up like that. And then you've got 3 strands. Okay, now the next thing that was blurry on my previous recordings was this part. So on this side, this is the side you want to thread on. So I'm just going to stick it in there like that. I'm just going to pinch it just like that and pull my needle out. Now all I'm going to do is thread it through just like that. So everybody's eyesight is different too. Some people need a little extra magnification, so sometimes that won't work with other, you know, with someone who has eyesight problems. But the heads of these needles are are extremely, they're large enough that you could probably see without a threader, but everybody's eyesight's different. So I'm going to do the long tail method. So I'm going to leave a long tail method. I'm leaving a tail over here, just leaving it hang out. And when I come around to stitching these next few stitches, it is going to lock that in. And if it doesn't the first time, you just do it again. So right now, oh, see, it's pulling. So that means I didn't catch it on the back. So I'll do it again. I believe it'll catch on the back on this next one. I'm just doing the first leg going across. So this is where it comes in handy to have like a lap stand that flips around to the back so you can actually see what you're doing. But I'm locking in that stitch, that tail, so that when I come around, I can just snip that off. I'll just snip that off after it's been locked in. See, it's not going to move now. It's done moving, so it's locked in, and now I can snip that tail off, and it won't be no big deal. Okay. There. I don't know if you like up close stitching videos, but I know I do. Same with diamond painting. I like up close. You can see what they're doing. So this is going to be a bit of a stitch and chat for me. And you know how in a community, if everybody shows their knowledge of something, there are teachable moments. There are moments where if someone knows something, they can share, and what it'll do is help someone else along the way learn the process and make it simpler, more simple, so it's not a difficult process. And it happens in every community. Everybody has a niche, hints, tips, tricks, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of the stitching community does have just that. They have a lot of knowledge. So yeah, this is an 11 count, and I can tell you the stitch width and height is on the schematic, and I believe it is a 290 wide by 270 tall. And right now I am doing a really beautiful green color. So, yep. Yeah, so today is the 31st of January, 2025. Tomorrow is February 1st, and I am so happy because every day, and I'm not trying to rush it, I'm really not. I'm not trying to rush time, but every day is closer to spring, is one day closer to spring. So going into February, it does make me a little nervous because some of our worst snowstorms come in February, March, and April. We've lost power in the past. In April, we had, one year we had, it was year before last, we had one snowstorm. We had kind of a mild winter, and then we had one snowstorm blow through on one weekend. And it kind of knocked the power out for a little bit, but it wasn't extreme. And the snow, we got a lot of snow. Like it caused like 3 and 4 foot snow drifts. Then after that, got a knot. I hate it when it does that. So when you get a knot like that, you just, I can't really show you, but you just pull. You just kind of get in the knot and pull, and very lightly, and it comes out. So the snowstorm comes through, and it was a bad snowstorm. It had wind. It was fairly bad, and we kind of got it all cleared out, all the snow. And then the next weekend we got another snowstorm, and that snowstorm the temperature was warmer. So those are some of the worst snowstorms. So it was warmer outside, and the snowstorm comes through, and it puts out so much. It drops so much heavy, wet snow that it knocks the power out. And the power was out for 4 days. But I have friends that their power was out for a month, and it was so horrible. So, okay, here is where I'm going to snip off this little end here, this tail, because this is kind of where I'm at. So I'm just going to come up here flush with the canvas, and I'm just going to snip right there. I didn't want to cut. That's weird. These scissors are pretty sharp too. I can't grab the yarn, the string. Okay, I keep calling it yarn, and I know better. It is thread. Okay, so now I'm going to go back up, and I'm going to finish these up. And okay, so apparently it took out so many power poles that it took probably over a month for them to replace the power poles. That's how long it took. That's how many were out. They had semis and semis full of power poles coming in to fix what was out. So thank goodness some of us have the a backup generator. Sometimes you need that, and ours is just a little gas-powered Honda backup generator, but yeah, so it saved us from, like, you know, losing all the meat in our freezer or anything like that. It helped. It really did save us from that. But regardless, it was horrible because with the generator running, we could only do, like, you know, maybe keep the freezers running and a few lights on. That's basically all that it would run. So yeah, I just think it was horrible. So some North Dakota winters are just, they are horrible to deal with. So yeah, here I am back up. I'm covering this lavender, and I do think I love the coverage of the 3 strands. I think it's great. This is awesome. Find the right spot. Okay. So for this canvas, or this cross stitch, stamped cross stitch, I clicked on the link, and it says message 404 or whatever. I don't know. It's an error code basically. And that is probably because it is Chinese New Year, and you know, they did kind of make it clear that they would restock after the New Year. So, but I have to be honest, I mean, they have some really cute stuff in their store, so I mean, it might not be shipped for a little while because of the Lunar New Year, but I mean, you can still take a look around. I do have a discount code, Enthusiast10, which they gave me. However, I think it would be up to you if you would choose that. But right now, I think they have like a 20. I think if you go into their New Craft Day website, they have like a 25% coupon. So that would probably be better. But if you still want to use the link that's provided, that I'll put down in the more section in the description box. I mean, that just kind of tells them that they're, you know, people are watching and clicking on that, on my video, and that just shows the traffic that's coming in from my channel. And you know, my channel's not very big. I'm very small still. I just started in October of 2024. So yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you prefer. So my channel's growing. It's growing slow. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good, but you know, everybody starts somewhere and everybody grows at different rates. So, you know, growing is great. So I thought it was awesome that they agreed that I could do a PR pack for them. Yeah, it makes me happy. and I hope that you enjoy this stitch with me, because yeah, I've always wanted to. Now that I started my YouTube channel, I've always wanted to do a stitch with me, and you know, kind of like go along on the canvas and just let you know, you could see the progress. So I think I want to come up right here. And where did I just come down at? I came down right there, so no, I don't want to do that. I'll come up right here. And it's hard if there's already threads in the hole. It's really hard not to split your stitches, so just, I think if there's the right tension on the fabric, then maybe, or the right tension on the thread, like as you pull it through, if it's the right tension, then you will still have room in that hole, and you won't, you know, split your thread basically, and that kind of makes it look a little bit messy. But you know, usually when people are looking at a canvas, they're not right up close like this. They're looking at it from a distance, like maybe on a wall or something. So yeah, I have done a lot in my days of cross stitching. I have done a lot of counted cross stitch. But what I find with stamped cross stitch is that it's even more relaxing. I don't have to worry about sitting and counting. I can just stitch. I mean, mistakes can happen, but I think they're less apt to happen with a stamped cross stitch rather than a counted. It's like the older I get, the more tired my eyes get, and I don't always sit with a magnifier, a lighted magnifier. I do have one. I have an alt light, and they do come in handy. So if I'm sitting in my chair with my lap stand, I do like my alt light. So look at that, I'm moving right along. I'm trying to make sure I don't split that stitch. So yeah, if you're new to cross stitch, I would say there are a lot of really helpful videos out there. And if you clicked on mine, I am so thankful for you. Even if you're not thankful, I mean, if you didn't click on mine, I'm still thankful. I'm still thankful that I get to do this. And if you're subscribed, I appreciate it. If you're not, you know, maybe click subscribe and ring that bell, and you can see what I'm working on next. Sometimes it's diamond painting, sometimes it's cross stitch, sometimes it's knitting, sometimes it's crocheting, sometimes it'll be sewing. I haven't done a sewing video, but hey, maybe I could figure out some camera angles and bring you along for the ride on a sewing video. But I'm just gonna finish this up, or not finish the canvas obviously, or the cross stitch, but I'm gonna finish up this video. And yeah, I'm gonna move on, and I'll probably do a little bit more filming, and I figured I would do a video on spinning, but first show how you can prepare your wool. I have roving and I have comb top. They are two different things. Roving is wool, the fibers going a bunch of different directions all messed up, and comb top means that all the fibers are going in the same direction. So yeah, depends on the process that they used to prepare it. But I have a blending board, and I was going to do a video on blending wool and and then pulling it off of the blending board, and spinning it. There are so many ways you can spin yarn, and if you are a yarn lover, it's so much fun to spin your own wool. It took me a couple of years to learn, though. I can't say that it was easy. It was so difficult. It was like a muscle memory that had to be really flexed. And I had to teach my hands, my feet. And it's like, you know, it's kind of weird because it's a muscle memory that has to be flexed, basically. I don't know how to explain it, but your hand and feet have to be in sync. And or understand that your hands are doing one thing and your feet are doing another. So, in my experience of learning how to spin wool into yarn on a spinning wheel, I do have drop spindles too. Turkey spindles, supported spindles, all that fun stuff. But I do like my spinning wheel because you can do a lot more. A lot faster, basically. So, let's see, I'm going to come up here and do these two. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. If I look at the path of the lavender color, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. But, yeah, I don't know if everybody is going to enjoy it. But I have so many other things than diamond painting that I enjoy. And I named my channel what I named my channel because I don't just want to do one thing. That's why I named it what I named it. Because there are so many things I do. And I just want to share it with you. I've been told by people that I'm a great teacher. And yeah, I just want to share. And right now, this is just kind of, I love doing cross stitch, so it's kind of where my brain's at, you know? This and diamond painting, I mean, I could fill my days up with this stuff. Take you guys along with me. And if you knew how many hobbies I had, you would understand that I should have a whole house full. I mean, just a whole house to store my things, my not just diamond painting, my cross stitch, my sewing, because with sewing there's material, you know. With cross stitch there's a bunch of floss and well, it depends on what you stitch on. And then you've got on top of that, you know, lap stands, stitching stands, lights. Yeah, it's basically you're doing these hobbies, and if you have a lot of hobbies, you have a lot of stuff that goes with them. So from here, I think I might go here and then just do one leg all the way to here and then do the other leg all the way back, and then I can jump over here. Wherever the closest one is, probably right here, and then work up. Or work down and then come back up, you know, plan a stitch path so that I can move over here. Although, I don't know if my thread's going to last that long, or yeah. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm just going to do one leg and then come back. So yeah, I'm going to take you guys along my journey of YouTube. And I pray you will subscribe and hope that you will enjoy. I understand if you don't. It's not for everybody, you know? But one thing I can tell you is I love up-close stitching. I love a good whip and chat or stitch and chat. Whip meaning work in progress. So this to me would be a stitch and chat, and I would name it just that, a stitch and chat. But it is a product review, and it has been, this is Spring Brand from New Craft Day, and it is so amazing. I have loved every minute of stitching on this. The thread is beautiful. The needles that come with Spring Brand are amazing. They don't cut up the thread. So yeah, I can really appreciate that. Yeah, look at that. We're coming back around pretty fast. I'm kind of a multi-crafter channel because I love multi-crafts. I'm trying not to split that thread. I don't want to split it. Kind of makes it look messy if I just split the thread. Okay. So, look at that, we're making some headway. The only thing is when you're recording is it's kind of an odd angle, so it's hard to keep track. It's hard to sit and it's just a different angle is all. I probably should have did that the other way because that will elongate that top stitch, but oh well, it's fine. It looks good. I don't think it looks bad. Do you want me to zoom in just a little bit and you can kind of see where I'm at? So I'm going to jump over right here. Since I just finished this last leg of this stitch, I'm going to jump over right here. So on the previous videos that I did record, I can put them up, it's fine, but it feels like my voice is really muffled, or it sounds like it is. And then the other thing is I noticed that it was blurry in spots in the filming, and I didn't like that either. So I'm probably going to edit a lot of that out and at least try to keep it as clear as possible and cover the points that I wanted to cover in this video. I am in no means a professional. No means at all. There are so many more people out there that are probably really good teachers. And I am no means a professional. Like, I just do it because I love it, and there are just things I've learned along the journey of how to, you know? It could be that I was talking really quiet in those videos, and maybe a little too close to the microphone, but I don't know. I hope my voice is more clear in this one, and you can hear me better, and it doesn't sound like I'm whispering. Although, I do think in, like, this kind of craft, it is like meditating in a way. Because, you know, it's a repetitive motion that kind of is very relaxing, kind of like diamond painting. So maybe I don't want to split any of those stitches. I keep saying that. I really don't. So I don't know. I'll do my best. And I will show you here in just a second how I thread my needle again. I really don't want to split these stitches. There. Maybe that. Okay, maybe that'll work. Yep, that's exactly how I want to do it. There. Okay, so now I'm going to jump up to here and work that little bit. A storm moved in today, and apparently there are whiteout conditions in certain parts of the state. So, oops. Hey, look at that. Now I get the chance. Okay, so since I've been stitching for a little while now, I kind of want to just separate my threads out again. That way they don't get all bunched up, and I don't know. I like them to lay fairly flat. Let's see if I can get my camera to not be blurry when I do this. So, if you look at both sides of the needle, there is a different angle cut on that side, and it makes it way easier to thread that needle. Okay. It just makes them lay better if you separate them every once in a while. You just, you know, unthread the needle, separate the threads, and yeah. And then rethread your needle and go again. I really hate it when my thread knots up on me. And some people, I've actually tried it. Now, I can't say I've never done it. I just say I don't like it. I don't prefer to wax my thread. And maybe, you know, threading or waxing your thread makes it look different or neater. I don't know if I agree. I don't know. I just know that maybe the wax that I used was the beeswax that I think it's beeswax that I used. Maybe it was old. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't care for it. I'm going to jump up here because, see, there's a few up here. I'm going to jump up here and I'm going to do those few. I'm going to do, let's see, where did I end? Right there. I'm going to do the first leg and then come back and do the second leg. One thing I can say too is it really depends on what you're stitching on, as to like this is going to be a budget friendly. It comes with everything. It comes with the stamped material. It comes with, I would say this is more Aida. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. It's Aida? Is it Aida? Anyway, you know, it just depends on what you're stitching on as to the price. I have some of the fancy stuff. I also have the budget friendlies, and I will tell you, I appreciate so much the price point on this. I appreciate it so much. So, yeah. Okay. So, I'm coming kind of to the end of my thread. I am going to continue to work on this. Please like the video if you like. Please subscribe. Ring that bell so you know when I upload a new video. And, you know, leave me a comment down in the comment section. Try to have a good, loving, try to be positive. Positivity keeps everybody going. So, that looks pretty good. I like it. So, yeah, this is 11 count. It's called Roses from New Craft Day. It is spring brand. And it is a fairly large stamped cross stitch. And this material is it's very stiff, but as you work with it, it does soften up. So, yeah, I appreciate you clicking on my video and watching it, and I hope to see you on the next one. Hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for spending your time with me. It's the most precious thing you have that you can share with anybody else is your time, and I thank you for spending it with me. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, New Craft Day, for sending this to me and letting me show my community, or, you know, the cross stitch and diamond painting community, how wonderful this product is. So, yeah, I will leave the links down below in the description, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. I'll see you on the next one.